Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. You may recognize that I have a special guest with me today. Lyle is joining me, our copywriter. You may remember her from our copywriting webinar that was a few months ago, and it was one of my favorite webinars, and also one of your favorite based on our survey results. So we are very excited to have Lyle here with us.
I'm excited to be here, filling in for Ketsia today, who is the queen of all things social media. So I hope I can fill her shoes. But super excited to be here. Hi, everyone in the chat.
So excited. And yes, tell us where you're joining from. I love how people just say it now. They just know we're going to ask. So just let us know. Let us know where you're joining us from today. New York, Nashville, Orlando. Love it. Everyone is from all over the place. Oh, Andrew says, loved the copywriting session.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Stay tuned. We're going to do another one in a month or so, maybe 2 months. So keep an eye out. If you're not a part of our newsletter, join our newsletter because you'll get all the updates about our webinars there.
Yeah, I think that one's sometime in the summer.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. We don't know.
Oh, Sally, you're in Burlington. I'm close to you. Neighbors.
I'm jealous of everyone from warm places.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's kind of nice in Halifax today. I can't lie. It is sunny, but it's not always like that. So
True. Very true. Yeah, I'm jealous of everyone that has sun all year round. We do not get that.
mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, keep letting us know where you're joining from, and we will get right into it because, of course, we have lots of social media updates to go over. So we'll do some quick intros. I see a lot of familiar names in the chat, which I love. But in case this is your very first webinar with us, my name is Alyssa, and I'm a community manager here at HeyOrca. So I do all our webinars, our newsletter, Facebook group, all that good stuff. And I'll pass it over to Lyle.
I'm like, oh, what else should I say? Yeah, I'm Lyle. I am the copywriter here at HeyOrca, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm gonna put in the chat because I think we forgot to put it on our sticky message, but if you are new to our webinars and you're not a customer yet, you should use code webinar15 to save on HeyOrca.
Yes.
So pop that in the chat. There we go.
Love it. Yeah. So if you're maybe you're in a trial right now with HeyOrca, you can pop this in if you decide to subscribe. And Elizabeth says, me and a coworker were just talking today about HeyOrca has the best update newsletter. Yay! I'm glad you like it.
Love it. Alyssa really kills those newsletters. So good.
They're pretty fun to write. They are fun to write.
They're the only reason I know what's going on social media. To be honest.
Yeah, it's a good place to go so then you don't have to look 100%. It all up. Same with this webinar. It's like once a month you can just register for this webinar and you'll just hear about everything that has happened.
Yes.
All right. And if you're new to the webinars, we do giveaways every single time, which is great. So the prize is points to our merch store. So in our merch store, we of course have HeyOrca merch, but then there's also snacks as well, which is great because who doesn't love snacks? So the first way to win is head over to our Instagram. I just put a story up there. It has this poll question on our stories. So head over there at HeyOrca and vote on what platform you think has had the most changes recently. And then at the end of this webinar, I will be randomly selecting somebody who voted, and you will be winning some merch points. And then I'll pass it over to Lyle because she has a question for the HeyOrca customers here. And this will be your second way to win.
I do have a question, and I am also going to confess that you can answer this even if you're not a customer, and we draw the name randomly. So if you are not a customer and you still really want to win, you can answer. And the question today is, what year did HeyOrca start or launch? So put your answer in the chat, and then we'll randomly draw a winner.
Love it. This is a trick question because I always forget the answer.
I do too. Did I have to look it up today? Absolutely, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if you find it and you get it right, very good job.
yeah.
All right, we got some answers in the chat. Love it, love it.
Should I reveal the answer? Should I do it at the end?
We'll give it 10 more seconds.
Okay.
Put your year in there, 10 seconds, and then Lyle's going to reveal the answer.
I'm doing the countdown in my head. I really am.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2015, but you also get it right if you guess 2014, because I think 2014, the papers were signed. 2015 was our official birthday launch situation.
Yay.
So we'll draw a random winner at the end. So you have to stick around to see if you won. And Alyssa, the snacks in the merch store, amazing. And they only get better. Like, they're just getting better and better. So
I love it. I'm glad you like them. We try to update them every month. So we're about to put a new batch in there soon. So if you keep coming to our webinars, you'll keep having chances to win snacks, which is what we're all here for, really.
Exactly.
Awesome. So before I get into all of the amazing updates, I am going to quickly show you 2 little updates that we have made. I'll share my screen here. So I have it all ready here. So this is an Instagram post I have up in our calendar right now. So I just want to remind everyone that we do now have hashtag suggestions. So I just put a little caption in here. Your captions will have much more information in them than mine. But you can see here that, did I just pause?
No.
Oh, okay. My screen just like went really weird and I was like, oh no. Okay. Glad it didn't pause. But you can see the hashtag library here. So let me click into it. So you have your hashtags here that you can save. And then if you're not sure what hashtag to use, you can actually go to suggestions and it will pick up on what your caption is about. And then it will give you some hashtag suggestions. And it will also tell you the relevance. We have high, medium, and low. So let's pretend I want this one. The newest little update that I think was just released today is that you can now add these to your hashtag groups. So this is really helpful because if I go to my hashtag group, I can just add in all the hashtags at the same time. So super, super easy. Love it, because sometimes it's hard to know what hashtags to use. You might be like, maybe I'll just put like hashtag this, hashtag that, but this will do the hard work for you and let you know which ones are actually relevant. So a little update there. And then another small update, but it's a great one. If you go to the Canva icon at the bottom, you can actually now do custom dimensions. So now you can put your own width and height and then click create design, and then you'll be able to create your Canva design to your custom dimensions. And then it will of course pop right into your post. So it makes it really easy. That one's a very small update, but I feel like a really, really good one. So I just wanted to share those 2 really quick. So I'll stop sharing my screen and we'll get right into it. All right. So we do have a Google slide of all of these updates, and I'll share it at the end because we do have some trivia questions in here. So I don't want you seeing the answers yet, but I'll share it at the end. And sometimes people will take the presentation, copy it, brand it, all that good stuff. So I'll share that at the end, and then you can get any information from there as well. So we'll dive right in. So today we're going to be going over a few trending audio examples and then updates from Instagram, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, Meta, Threads, YouTube, and then industry news. So got a lot going on, so we're going to hop into it now. So first we're going to go over trending audio. So I actually grabbed 3 examples of trending audio that we've seen from May. And something I will note is that we've been noticing that trending audio is sticking around for so much longer than it used to. So something that was trending beginning of May is still trending now, and that we're seeing it still quite a bit. So don't be afraid to use trending audio from like a month ago, because it's probably still relevant. And I'm just seeing things stick around so much longer recently, which is great, because then you don't have to constantly be trying to find something new every single week.
Yeah, I feel like that's so good for us.
Yes, it's so nice. So I will get the first example up here. Here we go.
A croissant won't solve all your problems, but two might do the trick.
So I've seen that one a lot on Instagram. This is great for really any product. It could be a cafe like this one, or it could be software, and you could just show your products with it. Super easy, I feel like, to get to any industry. I feel like it just works for everything. And who doesn't love croissants? When they say croissant, it actually just made me want one really badly.
100%. Me too.
So good. So that's the first one, an easy one to do. And this next one you've all seen, and I'm sure it's been stuck in your head.
I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes.
That one's everywhere.
I'm obsessed.
Love it. It's been stuck in my head forever, but I love how businesses are using it and just relating it to their products. So this is a florist. So I love how she related it back to her product. So good. But I've seen a lot of different ones, a lot of different types of businesses doing this, and it just works for everybody. I'm sitting this 24/7. Same. It's just constantly stuck in my head, and I'm sorry that I just played it, because it's going to be in your head again for a very long time. All right, and now here is the third one. So that one, I've seen a bit through May, but I've been seeing it now through June as well. So that's another one that's just been trending for a while. And if you can get your team on board to film a video with you, this one would be a really fun one to do. Comment below, or comment below. Comment in the chat. Comment below. Comment in the chat. If your office was on fire, what's one thing you would grab immediately and take with you? It's a good question. I think my phone, probably.
Probably your dog. I think it changes things when you work
True.
from home.
Yeah, I'd have to take my dog over my phone.
Josh says in the chat, sometimes we have clients who are older and don't understand memes, like they wouldn't get why the video wasn't about croissants. Yeah, but I've found sending them your supplied example shows them how other people do it, and it's not just us having a disjointed idea. Totally, like, yeah, send examples. I think that's such a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
Better.
Because that's true. Like, if you just describe what like the croissant video was, people probably would be like, but we don't have croissants. But I don't get it. So yeah, showing them examples of different types of brands and products doing it, always a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Even a lot of people saying Diet Coke is what they would say. Agreed. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. And see, now I want a Diet Coke. See, all the things we talk about, I now just want.
Perfect.
Awesome. So that was the trending audio. There is much more trending audio, but it would take up the whole time if we went through all of them. So I am going to link our blog post in the chat if you want to dive into any others. And we'll hop right into Instagram updates. And as usual, I'm pretty sure Instagram had the most updates this month. They always do. They're always number one. So we'll get into it. So recently in a Q&A, Adam Mazzari, who is the head of Instagram, said that the number of shares on your post impacts reach more than comments your comment count or watch time, which is interesting because I think Instagram has gone like back and forth a lot of times on this subject of like what really impacts the reach of your posts. But right now they say it's shares. So that's something to keep in mind when you're creating your content. If you're making something that's highly shareable, maybe it's an educational post that someone wants to share with their friends or coworkers, but apparently that is going to impact the reach much more than how many people are commenting on it, which is interesting.
That is
It makes
interesting.
sense.
I feel like that reinforces like you have to make content that's really relatable. Like when you XYZ and ABC happens, like if that kind of stuff is so shareable.
It's so true. So true. But yeah, Instagram is kind of all over the place sometimes when they say, do this helps this. It changes, but for now, it's shares. So that's what we'll focus on.
Good to know.
And we have our first trivia question. So, what year did Instagram get rid of the following tab? And the following tab was the tab that would show you all the things that people you were following were doing. So, what they were liking and commenting on. So, what year did that get taken away? (2022, 2019). All right, some good answers here. The answer is October 2019. So everyone who said 2019, you were right. I remember that following tab would cause a lot of problems, I think, for people because you could see everything they were doing. So Instagram was like, you know what? We're going to just take this away. Perfect. So congratulations, everyone who got the answer right. All right, next. So Instagram tests new story highlights. So this is kind of cool. Instagram is testing a lately story highlight, which you can kind of see there in the photo. But if this option is turned on, the highlight will save your stories from the past 7 days for your followers to see. So if it's turned on, your stories will automatically save there. And then it will only save up to 7 days though. So for the past week, your followers can watch all of your content. So that's kind of cool. It is in testing. So some people may see this on their app right now, but I can see this going live for everyone probably in the near future, but we'll see how it goes. And then another thing that Adam Mosseri has said, he's been doing a lot of talks recently at events, and he's just been saying many different things. But this one, he says longer reels may be actually hurting your reach. So reels that are longer than 90 seconds, he says, are hurting its distribution. So something to keep in mind there. Instagram may be trying to lean into more of that short form content because I feel like TikTok is starting to lean into longer form content. So I think they're trying to really just keep that short form content over there. But that's what he says. So if you are making a lot of longer videos, I'd love to know how those are doing compared to your shorter ones. But honestly, I don't really see a lot of videos on Instagram longer than 90 seconds.
I agree. I don't think I have seen one that's longer.
Yeah.
If I have, I've skipped it.
Yeah, same. So yeah, interesting. I feel like a lot of people aren't really making super long videos. So that's good because apparently it won't get as much reach as shorter ones. So something to keep in mind. And then Instagram is working on a new peek feature. So they're creating this feature that will allow users to share a quick, unedited photo of themselves with their friends. Sounds a lot like another app, Be Real. I have not been on Be Real. I think I went on Be Real once and then I haven't gone on it again. So I'm not sure how it's doing right now. If it's still going strong, let me know in the chat. But it seems like Instagram just took that concept. And I think they tried to do something like this already. So it's interesting that they're trying again. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Is the long form on TikTok harming reach there? I don't think so, but I think it depends on what your video is about. I think because I know TikTok's testing, I think 60-minute videos, which we're gonna get into. I just gave a little sneak peek. So I think they're trying to prioritize that right now, but I don't think we've ever done a really long TikTok, so I'm not exactly sure. All right. And Instagram tests notes on feed posts and reels. So you may have noticed this test on your account. It's a larger test. So Instagram is testing the ability for users to leave notes on their friends' content, and the poster can respond. So it's kind of interesting. It kind of just sounds like a comment, but I guess it's different than that. So the poster can respond to your note, and then that note will disappear after 3 days. So I haven't seen this in action yet, but I would like to because I'm kind of confused by it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It kind of is giving Snapchat a little bit with the whole disappearing.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
curious about it though.
Yeah, I need to see it live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alex says, I've seen this.
Ooh.
Interesting. Maybe it's coming to our Instagram sometime soon. And Instagram has added 4 new story stickers. So it's an add yours music, frames, reveal, and cutout. So the photo here is of the reveal sticker. So you can gray something out. And I believe someone has to DM you to be able to see it not grayed out. So kind of a cool feature. I feel like brands could really use that in a cool way. But I haven't seen many people using it so far, but I think it could be cool. And Instagram to Threads cross posting is coming soon. Not surprised by this, just since Threads and Instagram are very closely connected, but you may be able to cross post on both soon. And Instagram is testing clear mode. So this new feature would allow you to hide all of the Reels UI and description so that you can focus just on the video. So it would just be the video on your whole phone screen, so you wouldn't see anything else on it. So kind of cool. And I'll pass it over to Lyle, who's going to tell us about X or Twitter updates.
I have just recently started calling it X. I never thought I would. I thought I would always be a Twitter person. But let me know in the chat what you call it. I'm just super curious. I feel like I've moved to the dark side, calling it X now. And I think we just have one update for X, if I'm not mistaken. And it's that X is now hiding all liked posts. So when you make a post, you'll be able to see the number of likes and who, like which users liked it. But if you look at other people's posts, you won't be able to see who liked it. You'll just be able to see the number of likes. And then you also won't be able to create people's profiles and see all their liked posts in the liked tab. So let me know if this is something that's going to affect what you do on X or Twitter, or if it's no biggie to you. I'm curious about that as well.
Interesting. X always has so many random updates.
Yeah. And I guess the reason for this one is like privacy concerns. They want to make sure that people can like express their ideas and still keep things private, I guess, or express their interests rather.
I do see we have a question from Olivia. Does Instagram or Facebook have any updated features or rules on hosting promos or giveaways? I haven't seen any updates on it. So I'm going to say maybe not in the recent past, but I'm not 100% sure.
I agree. I haven't seen anything recently, but they do usually, like the last time I checked, which was probably like a month or 2 ago, they did still have their like official guidelines and stuff on their official sites. So I would use that as your primary source because I imagine they would need to keep that very updated. The stuff from the like third parties will probably be a little bit outdated if they have updated them recently.
Good point.
Okay, let's look at TikTok updates. But first, a trivia break, courtesy of Alyssa, who put this all together. This one surprised me so much. What year did Musical.ly turn into TikTok? I'll give you a second or two to answer in the chat, and then I will reveal the answer.
Yeah, when I was looking up these questions, I was like, I don't know. I feel like, because I didn't really use Musical.ly, but so I just feel like TikTok is just always just been TikTok. So I have no idea.
I agree. I didn't realize that they were the same thing until like
Yeah.
way later, like an embarrassing amount of time later. I realized they were the same. Okay, we have a bunch of answers here in the chat. A lot of people are spot on or really, really close. Couldn't be me. I was so far off. But the answer is 2018. I thought it was going to be like, oh, I don't know, 2012, 2015, but 2018.
Yeah.
We got a lot
Interesting.
of correct answers there. Okay, so on to our TikTok updates. They've added a new floating player option for desktop, so you can still watch videos on your desktop and do your other stuff. I feel like, as someone who deleted TikTok off of my phone, but still finds myself on TikTok all the time on my PC, I think this would come in handy for me. I have not tried it yet though, so if you have tried it, let us know. But I kind of like this update, although it could make me maybe less productive because I will be watching TikToks all day long.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if I have this, I could literally watch it all day while
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, I would have to like be really diligent, set myself alarms, put it away. But that's kind of cool. And next, and we teased this a little bit, but TikTok is testing hour-long videos. And at first, when I read this, I was like, oh my goodness, I would never watch an hour-long video. But then I saw someone, and I forget who it was. I really wish I remembered who it was, but they posted on LinkedIn and said, well, if Risa Tisa made an hour-long video, I would be tuning in. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. I would absolutely watch that. So I think if you have the right delivery, an hour-long video on TikTok, that could work.
That's true. You just have to have a really good story to tell.
Yes,
and people will be hooked.
exactly. And TikTok also launched TikTok Studio, which is an updated version of Creator Studio. So it's a new dashboard that will help creators manage video uploads, editing, analytics, and more. Would also love to know if you've used the updated TikTok Studio. I haven't had a chance to work in it at all yet. So I think it's kind of cool. TikTok is like always coming out with updates and resources for users. So I think that's awesome. They're also testing collaborations. I have to say, I also like this one. So just sort of like Instagram, you can collab with another creator and the post will show up on both profiles. I think we've seen collab posts on Instagram be really helpful for brands and agencies that manage a whole bunch of clients. So I can see this also working on TikTok. I really don't see why it wouldn't, but I'm excited to sort of follow along this update.
Yeah, I like this one. I think this is good. It will just help even more try to get your video out there.
Agreed. And I don't want to speak for everyone, but I kind of feel like, oh, a lot of us saw this coming eventually, that Universal Music Group and TikTok came to an agreement. Thank goodness. So Universal Music Group and TikTok have agreed to a multi-dimensional deal, which means all your favorite artists are back on TikTok. So I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of saw that coming.
But yeah, and if I didn't see it coming, I hoped that it would. I think maybe that's more accurate for me anyway.
Yeah, because I think there are so many artists with Universal that they probably noticed that taking that away was a lot of music that was just gone.
It was so much. Yeah, it was kind of a weird time. All right, back to you, Alyssa, for LinkedIn.
Perfect. All right. I think there's only a few LinkedIn ones. So LinkedIn launched 3 games. I still have not played these games. So if you have tried them, please let me know what they're like. Are they hard? Let us know. But there's 3 different games here. We have Cross Climb, Queens, and Pinpoint. And to find these, if you're on your LinkedIn homepage, on the side where it usually shows news, it's right under the news. So right on your homepage, if you need a little break, you can try these games. But yeah, I feel like we need to give them a try and just see what they're like. I wonder though, if I play it, is it going to tell everyone that I'm
Oh,
playing it?
we can't have that.
Yeah, I need to look at the details here.
Yeah, I just said I might play after this, but if everyone's gonna know that I've been playing LinkedIn games, I don't know, might feel a little bit
Exactly.
embarrassed.
Exactly. So we'll see. We'll try it out. We'll see what happens.
You might have to.
And LinkedIn adds labels to AI generated content. So if there are any images or videos that were AI generated, a little label will be on it, just letting everybody know that it is AI. And then for Meta, I think there might be just one or two. So Meta expands access to Meta Verified for businesses. So previously, it was just available for Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. And now it's available for Argentina, Mexico, Chile, Peru, France, and Italy. So I think Meta is really trying to push Meta Verify, because I also saw this week that they're doing a money back guarantee now. So if you have 14 days, you can sign on, you have 14 days. If you don't like it, they'll give you your money back. So I feel like they're really trying to get people on board, but it just doesn't seem to be sticking. I've heard a few people try it and it wasn't anything special, because it does say you can get faster access to support, which is probably the best part about the package, since it's so hard to get in touch with support at Meta. But I've even heard that that isn't that great or like that quick. So we'll see. Maybe they're, putting more into it. We'll see how it goes. But it really seems like they're trying to get people on board here. And Meta also really wants you to start posting on Threads. So Meta is offering up to $5,000 to big Instagram and Facebook influencers to start posting on Threads. So if they post on Threads and their post gets more than 10,000 views, they will be eligible for that $5,000. So you might see more and more creators going over there because they have a pretty nice incentive for posting.
That is a good incentive.
I would start posting if they were going to offer me that, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll pass it over to Lyle.
What a seamless transition, talking about Threads right into Threads updates. Love it. Okay, so they're testing pinned columns, and Threads is on fire with all of their new feature testing. So the latest test is pinned columns for Threads on desktop. I have to admit, I have not made the jump to Threads yet. I was like, oh, I'm going to wait to see if it takes off. And it has, I feel like it's taken off, but I just still haven't made the jump. So if anyone has any thoughts on the pinned columns, please put it in the chat.
Yes.
They also added a recent filter. So it's easier for users to find timely, relevant content faster. I feel like this could be useful. And they've limited who can quote your post on Threads. So every Threads user can now choose who's able to quote their posts. So you can choose from everyone, only the people you follow, or nobody at all. I like this because it gives you more control over your account. So that's kind of cool.
Very true. I think we have a question here. How do you know if you qualify as a big Instagram influencer? That's a good question. So I think they have to reach out to you for this. So I'm not exactly sure if it's not like if you have this many followers, you automatically qualify. I think they like handpicked a group of creators for it, but not totally sure on that one. But it didn't say any like details of, you need this many followers to qualify for the incentive. And then Ashley said, if we don't get Meta verified for businesses in the US, I'm going to lose my mind. That's actually interesting that it hasn't gotten to the US yet. Like usually the US is first.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is very shocking.
Okay, let's take a look at some YouTube updates. But first, a trivia break. So the trivia question is, what was the first video ever uploaded to YouTube?
This is a hard one.
This one,
I will say, if you know the answer, I'm very impressed
yeah.
because I did not.
Oh, I most certainly did not either. I don't think we have any answers yet. You can do
It is
your
a hard one.
Yeah, it's really hard. Give your answer in your head.
Oh, okay. We are close. We're pretty much. Yeah, you guys have it.
We just have cheaters in the chat. Are people Googling this? How are you getting it right? I'm genuinely so shocked and surprised. Oh my gosh, you guys are, wow, you're too good. So everyone that said me, correct. It's a 19-second video of YouTube's co-founder at the San Diego Zoo.
Love it.
I had no idea. I also, when I was going over this with Alyssa, I was like, oh, it's kind of cool that the San Diego Zoo had like, I don't know, involvement in the very first YouTube video because they're so big on social media.
That's so true.
That's pretty cool.
So interesting. That's just they just took off from there.
Yeah, yeah. That's where they got their start, I guess. Okay, into the updates. YouTube tests an AI idea generator. So it's a new feature that only some people have access to. So if you're getting a creative block, which, like, let's be real, we've all been there, it can help you come up with new ideas. So I don't think we have access to this yet, although I did not check yet. But when we get access, I will most definitely try this out because I think that that can be really helpful. And back to Alyssa for the news.
All right. So just a few other things here. So Canva has announced an enterprise package. So if you're interested in more control over collaboration, brand management, and enhanced security, definitely check it out. And then there's going to be more short form videos on Spotify. So Spotify is testing short form clips on playlist pages. And I actually saw this week on my Spotify. So that's pretty cool. And then Pinterest has released 2 different trend reports. There's a summer 2024 trend report, which was really interesting. And then there's also a Gen Z trend report as well. I am going to grab, let me just get it here, the presentation here. So if you want to grab these slides, make a copy, brand it, show your team, show your clients, it is there in the chat. And then also in there, we do have some of the things I went over today earlier linked here if you want to read more about it. So we have our hashtag suggestions. And then we also recently released our AI report summary, which is so cool. Automated email reports, and then also TikTok metrics in cross-channel reports. So a lot of fun reports features last month, which is great. How would I access the Pinterest reports? I think with Pinterest, I think there could be an API thing there that we would need certain access for it. So we unfortunately don't have Pinterest reports at the moment. But if that's something you want, I can pass that over to our product team for sure.
And I'm just going to put in, we have a whole bunch of blog posts that are a post per platform. So if you want to take a closer look at the updates from May and then all the way back till January, you can look through those. So it's just in the chat now.
Awesome. And you should, if you just bookmark those to your browser, you can just keep checking them and they're just updated all the time. So you don't have to go anywhere. Just there.
The same link every month.
Perfect. All right. And now that we are at the end, it's time to do our giveaways. So I am going to go to our Instagram stories right now. And I am going to randomly select someone right now. I'm just going to put my finger on it. Molly Jane Hood. So Molly, if you are here with us right now, you are our winner. So congratulations. I'll be emailing you after this webinar. And then I think Lyle has our customer winner.
I do. I randomly selected the customer winner earlier, and it's Hannah Smith. So congrats, Hannah and Molly.
Congratulations.
You guys are gonna get good snacks or
Yeah.
merch.
Oh my God. Or merch. So whatever you want, whatever you want. I will mention, stay tuned next week because we are holding an agency week. So on Tuesday, we're actually going to be doing a LinkedIn audio event. So if you follow us on LinkedIn, you'll get a notification about that once it's live, but it's on Tuesday, and we're going to be chatting all about how to fix a failing client relationship. So come to our audio event. It's our very first one. We're very excited. And then we also have a webinar next week where we're going to be going over how to price your social media services. So Lyle just put that in the chat. And shout out to Lyle because she took all of our survey information about pricing and made it into an amazing resource. So we're going to be going over all of the results from that survey. And I was actually looking at it today, and there's so many good things in there. It's crazy.
Webinar is going to be so good. I cannot wait. I'm going to be in the chat. I'm not going to be presenting, and I'm so excited. It's going to be so
We're
good.
very excited.
So much good info there on pricing, and it's all from the community. So it's all like real averages from real social media managers. So pretty cool stuff.
Yes. If you have ever wondered how much to price your services or anything like that, definitely come. We're also going to have our account manager from HeyOrca, Naomi, on with us as well, who's also a pricing expert. So it's going to be a really good one. So maybe we will see you next week. All right. Well, that is everything. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their Thursday.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.